Hello, families. We are so excited to share with you a new resource that's going to be available for you and your students. These resources are take home decodables. These take home decodables are short books that you can read with your student to practice specific skills that they're already working on in the classroom. These can come to and from school, and they are very specific to the skills your student needs to be able to do to become a successful reader. In a moment, I'm going to share those skills that will be included in these books. I'll also be talking to you about what's inside the book and how you can use these books. And then lastly, I'll show you some videos of some kindergarten, first, and second graders reading so that you can hear what it sounds like to be reading on grade level. We're first going to get into the skills though. There are multiple skills that students need to learn to become successful readers. The first thing that they're going to be working on are CVC words. This happens after students have learned how to match all of the letters to their sounds and identify those letters. They are ready to then learn about CVC words, and that's when letters come together to make real words. CVC words are our most simple words. They're consonant, vowel, consonant words, and they start with a consonant, have a vowel in the middle, and a consonant on the end, like in the word cat. And in these words, there is a short vowel sound. So is here, and in pet we hear and in sip we hear I. As students get more familiar with CVC words and practice that in text a lot, they'll then move to learn about digraphs. Digraphs are when two consonants come together to make one sound. So, like in the word chip, the CH is coming together in chip to make the ch sound. In thin, we hear th with the TH to make thin. And in rush, we hear the SH coming together to make one sound, sh. And those digraphs can happen at the beginning and end of words. As students get comfortable with that, they might get some books that focus on blends that you can work on with them at home. Blends are when two letters blend together in a word. So, like in the word trip, we hear that TR kind of blending together, then we hear that vowel and ending sound. Spam is another example, and ramp is another example. Ramp has the blend at the end of the word. So, again, just like digraphs, blends can happen at the beginning and the end of words. Once students get really good at these skills, they might get some books that are CVCE words, or sometimes called magic E words. This is where there's a consonant, vowel, consonant, but then there's a silent E on the end. And we teach students that when they see that silent E, it's going to make the vowel in the middle say its long name or say its name in the word. So in pace, we hear that A sound instead of the A sound we heard in cat. In bike, we hear that long I sound, and in cube, we hear the long U sound. This can be really tricky for students, so having that extra practice with you is going to be really helpful for them as they continue to learn to be a better reader. Vowel teams is the next thing. So once they get really good at CVCE words, they will move into vowel teams. Vowel teams are when two vowels come together to make one vowel sound. These can be short or long. They're typically long though. So like in the word leap, EA says E, but we know EA can also say in words. Boat, OA says O, and sleep, EE says E. Getting a little bit more challenging, students will then start to learn about diphthongs. These types of words have two vowels that come together, but they don't make a regular vowel sound. They don't really make a long or a short vowel sound. They make a different type of sound. So like in sprout, we have OU come together to make the ow sound. And that's not really a short or long vowel sound. Snow and foil are all also examples of diphthongs. Getting even more complex, we move into R-controlled vowels, and this is when the R kind of takes over the vowel sound that's in the word. So in farm, we don't really hear the A in there. We do for just a brief second, and then it moves right into that R sound. So you have to teach students that AR says R, OR says OR, and IR says All of these are examples of R-controlled vowels, and when students are ready for this skill, their books will have lots of R-controlled vowels in them. So farm, stork, and squirm are all examples of R-controlled words. Multisyllabic words is the most challenging, and this is where there is more than one syllable in a word. So students have to really learn how to break apart words and be able to say each part of the word and then blend it back together to make the whole word. So robot, basket, and purple are all examples of this. Now that you've seen the different skills that might be in the books, I'm going to show you what the book looks like. When a book comes home to you, it's going to be in black and white, as I said, and the front cover is going to have the title. Most of the time, the title is going to also really target the skill that's being worked on. So here we see that L blends. We talked about how blends are when two letters kind of blend together in the word. And L blends are going to be the focus of the book. So every time you open up the front cover, you'll see right away on the left-hand side what the focus is in the book. You'll also see words that go along with that focus. These are words that will appear in the text, but they also have that blend with them. So you can see clip is there, and you can see flops and slop and gluck are all words that have that ol blend in them. You're also going to see some high frequency words that will be in the book. High frequency words are words that students will see a lot in books and don't always follow the phonics rules that we teach. So it's important to also pay attention to the high frequency words. You'll notice that in the kind of duller color, that's where the phonics rule is not being followed. But it makes the beginning and ending of the word full. But the U and the L are not making the normal sound there, so you see that that's kind of a different color, and that's helping students remember that part by heart. As you go into the book, students are going to be able to then read the text. And there's a couple of different ways that you can support students as they read the text. One can be to read it together. So read the words at the same time as they're going through the book. At school, we call this a choral read, and that's when all students and the teacher are reading all of the words together. At school, we also do close reads. This just means read and leave words out. So what that might sound like is if I'm with my child, I might have them follow along with me, and I would read, rain falls, it, and then I would pause and have them say the word that I stopped on. And then I would go plip, plop, and pause again and have them say the word that I stop on. The other thing that can be really helpful to support students in being able to read fluent, which means that they're reading at a quick speed and they're being accurate and they're using expression, is to do timed readings. And this is where you would time students on how fast they read it and then ask them to read it again and improve their speed the second time. There will be several pages for reading, but the very last page has a part where you can ask and answer questions with them. So there will be questions that relate to the text. There will also be a writing section that you can have students write about the book. And then there will be an idea, as I was talking about earlier with fluency, an idea for you to continue practicing with fluency and put a fun spin on it. And then at the very bottom, I want you to pay special attention to this. It's because these are words that will be based on skills they've already learned. So it's really important for students to not only practice the skill that they're learning, but review the skills that they've learned in the past. And all of the words that will be listed there are words that they have learned in the past. And it'll be great for them to just kind of go through and read those aloud and try to read them at a quick, fast pace. All of these activities within the book are really going to support your reader in becoming even better at reading, and we're so thankful to partner with you. I'm now going to show you a video of a kindergarten, a first grader, and a second grader, and I'd like for you to notice the speed at which they're reading, because these are students that are reading on grade level. This is what we hope to hear students, how we hope to hear them reading at each of those grade levels.
Cat can nap. Nap up hop hop. Gnats cannot nap. App, gnats, taps, cats. Tap, 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 tap. Ah, no. Oh, no. Cats can not, ought not, nap. Cat is mad. And Matt is sad. Flip flop. Rain falls, it goes plip plop pop. It hits the flat tops, plip plop pop. It gets big as it flows, clip pluck plop. It is on the move, clip pluck pluck. All gets wet, slip, slap, slop. It is quick, it is slow. The sun is up, the rain quits, slip, slap. Plan on flip-flops. The water gets hot, it is now a gas. Fizz, fizz, fizz. The gas floats up to the sky. The gas is up, up. Puff, fluff. The gas is now a cloud. Lots of them. They get big and black and full. The rain is black. It hits the flat tops. Plip, plop, plip, plop, pop. Catherine loved planes. She liked to gaze up high in the sky, but she did not think to fly back then. She used to play the piano as a child. Born in China, she came to the USA at age 17. She hoped to study music. One day, Catherine's dad came up with a fun plan. I will teach you to drive a car. But in the sky, she saw huge planes. Men can fly planes. Why can't I? She asked. Few women got to fly planes at the time, but Catherine's dad said, yes, you can do it. Go and try.
So as you heard in the video, the students that you saw were reading at a great pace and they were reading on grade level. So the goal is for kindergartners to be able to decode CVC words, digraphs, and blends independently. They might not be doing this at a very quick pace yet, but at least they're able to decode those very early skills with CVC, digraphs, and blends independently. You can notice that the kindergartner in the video was taking his time as he went through those words and really making sure that the sounds he was saying matched the letters that were on the page. And it took him quite a while to do that, and that's okay at the kindergarten level. In first grade, the expectation gets a little bit more challenging. We want students to be able to read at least 60, this says WCPM, words correct per minute. So this means that when they are on a timer of 1 minute, they can read 60 of them correctly within that minute with 95% accuracy. So they're not missing very many at all as they read. Second grade students, the expectation gets even more challenging. We want students to be able at the end of the year to be reading 100 words correct per minute with 95% accuracy. So if you're noticing that your student is having a challenging time with that, practicing that fluency piece in these books is really, really important, and it is going to support what's already happening in the school day with your student's teacher. If you have specific questions as you use these, feel free to reach out to the teacher that your student is working with. They can answer questions about what specific skills that student needs to work on, and they can also give you ideas of how to support them further. Thank you so much for partnering with us. We're really excited to offer another resource to support our students at MSD of Steuben County reading at high levels with a lot of success.